Hi, I'm Steve Natsky from Coldwell Banker Paradise. Earlier this week, I sat down with Laura Baker from Coast One Mortgage. We talked about mortgages and interest rates. Let's have a listen. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be the lead senior loan officer at Coast One Mortgage.
Coast One Mortgage, yes. Hello, I'm Laura Baker with Coast One Mortgage. I am a residential lender, so that means I help people buy houses and counsel them through mortgage. I've been in the business, I say 20 plus years. I'm not going to add numbers to that. That's what I'm going with for the rest of my career. I got into the business of mortgages because I was changing careers and I was searching for a mortgage, and I was having a hard time finding somebody that could really help me and cared. And I thought, gosh, I love helping people and caring about people. So that is really why I got in the business. So I studied and learned, and in the beginning, 20 plus years ago, I struggled and failed. And here I am today. I am working with Schmidt family of companies, Coldwell Banker here in Florida. I actually have been working with them before Coast One Mortgage existed, and have been their preferred lender for many years. I am very upfront, honest, to the point. I know my underwriting guidelines inside and out, and I just enjoy helping people. So getting them a good deal, watching their finances. I tell them they buy a house and it's their home. It's my job to make sure it's financially secure, they're getting a good deal, and that part goes smoothly.
Awesome. That's a good story. How is Coast One Mortgage related to uh, Coldwell Banker Paradise?
Same company that is the parent company for Coldwell Banker Paradise is the same parent company that I work for, Coast One. So Schmidt Family of Properties, they are both our parent companies. So the advantage to that is realtors get exclusive, um, communication with good lenders. Honestly, when I did come on before Coast One was developed, um, it took them, they searched me out for quite a few years. So I have a good reputation. I did have a large team in Chicago that I managed way before I moved down here. So I've got a lot of experience behind us. And as Coldwell Banker Paradise, you get special attention. We make sure, those files go through smoothly, cleanly, lots of communication. It's all about the customer having a wonderful experience with us.
Great. I think that really kind of answers my next question which was how is that relationship advantageous to our mutual customers?
Yeah, so you as a realtor and any of your customers can reach me 7 days a week. I do have somewhat of a life outside of mortgage, but I'm always available by phone. If I don't pick up, I will call back because I would much rather answer somebody's question, which usually I can do a quick answer to somebody's question rather than have them out there hanging and worrying like over the weekend about something. So it's important to me through my past experience to provide that excellent customer service.
Here's the big one that I think everybody always asks. What are the current interest rates and where do you foresee them going?
So I don't have a crystal ball. I subscribe to many rate gurus, I will call them, that advise me. Rates have dropped recently in the past week quite a bit, and they went down again today. Um, they are saying they will go down. We should hit probably in the fives in the near future, maybe September. Never a guarantee on that. I think the communication with the buyer is so important to make sure it's not only about rate, but about the fees they're paying. Because you sometimes could have a rate that sounds too good to be true, but then there's some fees piled on there that they shouldn't be charged. So it's about that in their budget. Their budget is so important to keep them in a payment, whether the rate is in the sevens or in the fours. It's about keeping their payment where they can afford the house. We, we're not going to make that payment. So they have to be comfortable with that, what that comes out to be.
Great. How long does it take to get a loan approved right now?
So we start with a pre-approval process. And if it is just a borrower that has like a W-2 job, they get paid by the hour or salary. If they provide all of the documentation that we need, we can get them pre-approved within a day or so. If they're self-employed, to get pre-approved, it does take a little bit longer. I would add 3 days to that when they provide us all the documentation they need. It's a lot on the buyer. If they get us their documents quickly, we can turn it quickly. A normal standard closing we're 30 days ready to go. So under contract and closing in 30 days. Condominiums, we have a lot of those in Florida. Those do take longer because there's additional condo approval.
Okay, that sounds good. I think it's incumbent upon us as real estate agents to ensure that the buyers talk to you and get pre-approved before we go much further.
Yeah, it is so important. And it's important to start really early in the process. I have people that are thinking about buying a year out, and I'm like, let's talk now. Let's review your credit. Let's review your income, because we have tools that we can increase their credit score. We can run it through our system. We call it Credit Boost. It doesn't cost them anything, but if we can get them a higher credit score, their interest rate is going to be lower in the end. So it will save them money.
That's great too. I think you told a story once about how you got somebody just up over a certain threshold that reduced their payments significantly because they qualified for a lower interest rate.
Yes, yes. That even if they're in the 700s, which is a very good credit score, there's different credit tiers. So at 720 and 700, the rate is a little bit different. 740, it's a little bit different. So if we can take someone in the 700s, run it through our system, let's say they have to pay a Discover card down, $250. They provide us information and we can send it in. And if we can get them up to a 780 or above, they will get the best credit interest rates available. So it's a simple process. It gives us an idea of how much it would cost. And then if we have somebody in the, let's say 560 range, we like to see them above 580 to get them approved. We can work on that as well to get them not only to save money, but to come from the part where they don't qualify to actually qualifying for a mortgage. And that we do for every client, every customer we have, because I want to get them the best interest rate possible.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What other advice do you have for buyers?
The first step is to really talk to a lender, go through your credit, go through your income. There's different types of qualifying for different types of income. For example, overtime. Some people, they just start a job and they've been on the job 6 months and they're getting a lot of overtime. They are thinking that they can use that overtime, but we actually have to wait a time period before we can use that to qualify them. So talking to a lender that will take the time to go through their personal information, their financial goals, is key. That is absolutely the first step. And even if someone is stepping up, they're selling their home and going to buy a new one, we can't always assume that they're going to be in the best position to purchase a new house. Example, I had somebody recently, very expensive house, selling a very expensive house, well over $1 million. But they recently switched jobs to a full commission job. So we had to look at that a little bit differently. We had solutions for them. We didn't use the standard Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac type of loan. But those things are important. So whether you're buying a $250,000 home or a $2 million home, it's important to talk to a lender as soon as possible.
Are there any special programs that you're aware of for active duty military, guard, reserve, first responders, anything like that?
So we currently, the state of Florida has Hometown Heroes. It's available and there's funds for it. So those, that category, that one comes top of mind immediately. Veterans, active duty or retired or just vets that qualify for a VA loan, because you they work with you as a preferred realtor, we also give them a appraisal bonus rebate at closing, so they don't have to pay for their appraisal.
Awesome.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of VA loans. Very well. I actually just closed one and the realtor asked me, I thought we were going to do a VA loan on that. I said, we did. She goes, oh, I thought you changed it. It went so smoothly. I didn't even know there was a VA loan involved. So that was cool. I come from a background of military vets, so I take it at heart. It's a great program and I love when people are able to use it.
Well, thank you very much. Those are all the questions I had. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I would just say, always reach out. For me, my phone is always on. A little bit about Coast One Mortgage. We are a mortgage company. We are not a broker or a bank. So the benefit of that is we only do mortgages. So we do them really well. I have a team in place. I have my own processor. I have a loan coordinator that are very experienced. They've all been in the business 20 plus years as well. So just trust us. It's a good experience, and don't be afraid of buying a house. It's not as stressful as it has to be. We can make it better for you.
What I'd like to do is do this again in about 3 months, and we will talk more about interest rates, where
Okay.
they stand at that point.
That would be great.
Update.
So what do you think? Did you learn anything? Let me know in the comments down below. See you next quarter.